Hey, today I didn't really have any ideas. I thought I would try to do some farming for the new, what's it called? The fragments from the bosses. Patch dropped last night. I'm sure most of you are subscribed to Grow870. He both already explained the patch, and he actually got some of the best stuff, so I don't really feel too inclined to do the same thing. I try to not do retreads of other people's content unless they have things wrong or I have something to add. Now, I have grinded out this boss for like an hour, and he still has not dropped anything, so I kind of felt like I couldn't really make a patch video without proof that the stuff was actually dropping. But Grow was actually streaming last night. I fell asleep because I'm an old fart, but he sent me some screenshots later. He told me about it. So today we're going to try to just get a couple attempts in here. And you want to know how long I've been doing this? You can look at how many books of Muso I have. Now, I actually just maxed out Zushu because I think since this is such a slow month in terms of like projects and stuff, I might go ahead and buy his hypothetical campaign. And I think if I can get the gold fragment that increases the range of your attacks, that might actually help to fix some of his wonky hitboxes and stuff. So that actually sounds pretty fun, but the game has not wanted to give it to me, so I have all of these books of Muso. I imagine by the time that it actually drops something, I will actually have enough of these to just max out all the characters that are coming in the next season of DLC. Obviously, Ling Tong, he actually got announced that he's going to be decloned, so that's pretty exciting. However, I already maxed out his attribute points like months ago, so I probably won't be playing as him much until that patch drops. So basically, it's going to be very similar to this past season that just ended. Basically, it will have the costumes first, and it's actually... They have not shown any renders yet, but apparently it's not going to be just thinly veiled fan service this time. There's actually going to be some costumes for the males. I think like Ling Tong's supposed to get a samurai one or something, so that sounds pretty awesome. I probably will buy this one's season pass. We'll have to see. I want to try one of the hypotheticals first. Unfortunately, when you still change songs on here, the game still hangs a little bit. That is a PC exclusive issue, so I don't know if I want to buy it, but when I get paid I might be bored, so we'll see what happens. In any case, let's go ahead and do some grinding. Nothing that time. One way you can maximize your elixir usage is to actually try to kill as many on one spawn, one elixir use at once. Kind of make things a little more sustainable. No, nothing there. can't imagine doing this with any other character. The drop rate is so bad. It's like just totally not worth it. Alright, let's go back and restock.
ようこそいらっしゃいまし。今後ともごひいきに。
Just like going from game to game with bad drop rates. Yeah, I just finished up my character on Dragon Mark for Death, and I'm waiting for updates on that. As soon as I like put that game down, they put an update out for this that at least partially fixed the RNG. If I hadn't seen him, I actually woke up like last night while he was streaming, and I saw it in his inventory, and then he actually proved it today by having it during his patch video. He was talking about it. I wouldn't have believed him, honestly, but it seems like it does drop. It must be like a 0.2% drop rate or something. I swear these wolves should be like extinct by now. If they weren't already an endangered species, they should be at this point. Thankfully, this is somewhat sustainable. If you're able to kill at least 2 per pop, each elixir you pop, you can actually make a bit of a profit, from what I've seen. You know, this game actually does have some pretty interesting parallels to the way Dragon Mark for Death is currently working. Like, basically, I know that game is not terribly popular. My videos for it certainly did not do well. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of interest, but in that game, people are stacking items to basically one-shot the boss. Or basically, I can't really say one-shot, it's more like you instantly end each cycle or phase of the fight. And the reason people are doing that is because the drop rate for the best stuff, he drops all the best stuff in the game, is super abysmal. So, outside of like Pride or Street Cred or whatever, you know, if you're like recording a video or something, there's no real reason to fight that boss legitimately. That's very much how these bosses are here. Like, you can fight them legitimately, but the drop rate is so bad, you're just making things harder on yourself. It's better to just use Zhang Hui and spam his medieval shotgun. Just end the fight as soon as possible. didn't help that on Dragon Mark for Death, like I said in my videos, the Shinobi had such a terrible matchup against that final boss. Well, once I got the gear to just kill him instantly, it got a lot better. That was actually how I got my last few pieces of gear. This game's in kind of a weird spot. Like, they're adding a lot of cool stuff, but some of the things, like the tradable hunting points and things, like, they're not really useful to somebody who's had the game since launch, but this game is kind of one of those ones I wish I could, like, go back and experience, you know, like, with all the patches and stuff, without any prior knowledge of the game. I think it's in a pretty good spot now. I do think that the DLC is way too expensive, since the game is basically free now, and at least if you're on console, you can get a copy for $20. Both GameStop and Target are selling it for that price, and they're not at all hard to find. Obviously, this is not like a super popular series to begin with, and then the tepid reception it's had at the beginning is kind of make those copies just kind of be shelf warmers. You're still looking at, like, I think it's like almost $120 in DLC now if you buy, like, all the season passes. Which I think is bonkers, but, I mean, at least most of it is actually good stuff. I just think the game's, it's kind of weird how they're, like, the people that are making the actual content, like the season pass stuff, they're obviously working really hard. You know, the moveset quality in the last season pass was leaps and bounds better than the first one, but then it feels like the people who are doing, like, the free updates and stuff, it's obviously like a skeleton crew at this point. Like, they're not adding things that particularly make sense. Like, they added the new fragments from the arena and stuff, but the drop rate for anything from these bosses is still pitiful. Like, look at all this junk I have here. The only thing I have of note at all is the ones I got from the arena, which are guaranteed drops. I think maybe they should have increased the, like, the rewards in the arena, and maybe make it like a 200,000 cap, because right now it caps at 150,000. My recipe ran out, and that means I would have to do another half hour of grinding, so I think I'm going to stop there, but I'll go ahead and I'll show you guys the arena, and why I just said that some of the stuff that they add for free is not very well thought out. So basically at 150,000, that's some of the new stuff they added. You can get a bunch of repeatable fragments here. Like there's this one that increases your drop rate. You have ones that get you more air dashes. And then some ones to buff your attack and defense. But the problem is, if you go to the arena here... Actually, let me save first so I can back out. Now, they added this thing that makes it so that you can just disable the reactive attacks, and it gives you 150% bonus. So with this on, and then just removing pointless stuff like special attacks and Muso attacks and items, you don't even have to touch your stats, and you'll still get, like, way above the actual score that they want for all the items. So it feels kind of odd. I'm not sure why it's designed like that, whereas the Season Pass content actually has quite a bit of thought put into it. So I'm not going to do the whole thing, since I'll just be repeating what Girl went over earlier today, but I'll show you how easy this is. That's basically all you do, is you just keep doing the shotgun attack. Alright, so let me wait for it to accept my rage quit, and I'm gonna go max out another character with all these books of Muso I've got now. I'm glad Grow exists. I'm glad that when I get such terrible luck with the RNG in this game, he can actually kind of back me up. I have 445, so I got almost 100 just from that grinding session. So now he's maxed out. That's all it took. There you have it. Might as well see if I can max someone else out too while I'm recording here. Alright, who should be the next recipient of a ton of free leveling? I'm not quite sure. I don't think Yuri Lowell's maxed out yet. Let's check. By the time one of these things drops and I can actually test it on builds and stuff and make videos about the new possible builds, I'm gonna have like 999 books of Muso at this point. Alright, so he's all topped out too. Right, sometimes if you ever watch like my closers videos and stuff, you know that sometimes when I actually end a video, sometimes it actually gives me something nice. Like when I recorded that that no damage run on the Dragon Mark for Death boss a couple nights ago, it actually gave me the last piece of gear that I needed. So we're gonna try to summon that good RNG one more time before I head off here. Oh, it's doing this weird glitch where the tiger doesn't spawn, or the wolf doesn't spawn. I don't know why it does that. I think if you fight it too many times in a row, it like actually freaks out or something. I know how to fix that though. I fixed it earlier, so I'm gonna go back. I don't know if this is a PC exclusive glitch or not, but this is the second time it's happened to me. I have to like restart the chapter. I guess if you just fight it so many times it starts to freak out or something. It should work. It worked last time when I was not recording earlier today. It's just annoying to have to skip all these cutscenes again. Poor Sunsei, even in this next season pass, he's not getting his confidence back. I would say that it was because of how short of a time he's actually playable, but Zushu of all people got a unique moveset, and his campaign's like 10 minutes long, so I don't know if that's even the case. Alright. Yeah, see, that fixed it. For whatever reason, you just have to restart the chapter sometimes. Alright, let's check the damage here. Got two of them in a row. Alright, well the game decided I was not worthy. I'll probably do more of these off stream. I may even do a stream of this just with some custom music on or something to chill out. It is kind of relaxing to grind, it's just the rates should not be as low as they are. I think that's kind of counterproductive to make someone fight the same monster hundreds of times and it literally only has like one or two good things that it can drop. But we'll keep up the grind. Maybe for tomorrow's video I'll upload like a stream VOD of me grinding this out or something. Anyway, hope this helps you guys. If you want to see a full overview of the patch, you can go ahead and check Groid70. Like I said, since he actually did get the stuff to drop, they did change the RNG so that it is possible to get them, then you might as well just go watch his video instead of mine. I don't really feel like repeating the same thing, especially when I can't even show all the new components and stuff. See you guys tomorrow. Peace.